February air, a winter's hush, a different kind of love, a sacred rush. For the roses is all the fleeting glance, before the scales and a fighting chance. We're the phoenix nesters watching from the wire, seeing shadows fall, fueling the fire. Every story buried, every silent tear becomes a promise whispered, conquering the fear. Oh, Lady Justice, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth deflected in our eyes. We're turning the pages, breaking all the locks. This is our true crime, resetting all the clocks. They sold you a story, a neatly packaged lie, but the threads are unraveling under a watchful sky. From the cold case files to the digital trace, we're finding a heartbeat in this forgotten space. Oh, Lady Taro space, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth reflected in our eyes. Return the pages, breaking all the locks. This is a true crime, resetting all the clocks. From the ashes of silence, a new day is born. For every lost soul, a promise is sworn. The blindfold is lifting, steady and slow. A garden of justice is starting to grow. Shift to arise, pure justice, Lady Justice.
Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
Whoa, fair game. Fair game for the public to hear. What was the state hiding? Well, you know what? I'm not hiding. This is Phoenix. Welcome to Phoenix Talks. I've got an emergency live because a good friend of mine had a talk with me. And she said, don't overlook if there was an accident. Don't overlook that. Focus on what happened to these 4 college students. Focus. And you know what? Just a short 10 minutes ago, I was looking through all my notes, cross-referencing in my Word document, my Excel spreadsheet, and the picture. If this picture never would have been caught, everyone kept saying, oh, nah, it's just a lady. She's a CSI in the photo. Let it go. I would have never kept looking harder. Why is that? When someone says, don't look, don't look. Hold on one second. I didn't give up. I'm consolidating, I'm looking through things, and oh my God, the needle in the haystack. Now I know why there has been so much confusion to this case. Now I know why they have sent people after people to threaten them, to discourage them from talking about this case. They want it swept under the rug. Who would agree? Forget about it. Stop talking about it. Move on. There's other stuff going on. Guys, that picture of the person was not someone in CSI. It wasn't. Was it the picture that we saw of the guy in the bar? I would probably say 99.9% yes. And I would probably say, was it the guy that we may have seen on the deck just a couple minutes ago in my other live? Possibly. You know, the video that I showed you that I changed the color because I wanted to be able to see better? Yeah. Some people may already know this. This guy that creeps out underneath the balcony here that we see with the black backpack that we know that may have been left at the crime scene, because this was before the crime, in my humble opinion, occurred. This individual was creeping around, Mr. freaking Creeper. Somebody else called him a creeper. Someone else called this guy a creeper. He starts coming up from under the deck. He may know the girls that live in this house or the one guy that was seen there the next day. And I started thinking back, why did the girls run out of that house right before the police were called to the area? At 12:14, somebody runs out of, I'm going to show you. Let's get into it. Are you guys ready for this? This is like the freaking find of the decade. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just telling you what I found. Holy freaking moly. If anybody tells you they are invested in this case, they are lying to you for entertainment. They are lying to you for views. They are lying to you. I'm just going to say that one more time. They are lying to you. At 12:15 the next day, they run out of the house and they run over somewhere. I don't know where they ran to. I have no idea. I'm going to show you two clips till I get to the Phoenix Fireball. Two clips that will blow your ever-loving mind in this case of the century. Yes, the state was hiding something. Why? Don't know. Remember the raw footage that came out silent also between 12 p.m. and 1:02? It's the silent footage that you're going to see real quick. All the police show up, and at 12:14, there's a lot of funky stuff that start to happen. The guy's already on the porch. You see him in the flannel. I'm going to show you the next screen. I'm going to show you in progression so you understand. Remember this one? She runs out. I'm going to play this back just 1 second. Cops are starting to arrive. It is 12. Let me get my face out of there. Hold on. And slap that button, man. If you're watching this, you want to know this. Hit the thumbs up button. If you have to go out, I'll wait a minute. I'll get this up on the screen so you can see it with me. This is freaking gold. This is gold. They wanted to bury this. Let me see if it'll load for me. They wanted this buried, done, move on, leave everybody alone. This is national security. Everything is sealed. We're just looking for the truth. And if you've never seen my stream before, I am Phoenix. This is Phoenix Talks. And this is where we as a community come together to learn the truth. If you've shown up right now, you've shown up for one reason, and that's to find the truth, where we challenge all the narratives that have been sold to us that we refuse to buy. We demand some clarity. And do you know what? We never stop asking questions. And if that's you, welcome home and thank you for being part of this mission. Thank you. Thank you for standing for integrity. Here we go, folks. I'm showing you this one first so you can see what it looks like during the daytime. Here we go. This individual runs out. I'm going to play it at normal speed. Something urgent is about to take place. I don't know what. This was silenced, raw footage. Something is about to go down as soon as all the people show up. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know if there's something under the blanket. I don't know if there's, who knows? But she shot out of there like her hair was on fire. Ran over to I don't know where. She's looking back. She's seeing the cops. She's seeing the EMS. She is out of there. Okay? Now, I'm going to take you back just a couple, maybe 8 hours, 9 hours before this. There's all the EMS leaving. Some of their faces are not redacted. I see somebody that we may know. And I talked about this individual earlier, and his name was John Welch. Here's the proof, because everybody's been asking me for it. He now is a detective at Latah County Sheriff's Office. He, in fact, was a parole officer. He was with Moscow for 8 months as a patrol officer. Then he went over to the Latah County Sheriff's Office. In January of 23, he left. 8 months. Jordan Welch. He was an EMT. He was an EMT full time. He was trained as an EMT. Then he was a parole officer at Moscow Police Department. He was subpoenaed by the defense. I showed you that yesterday. And yes, he was a Marine for 5 years, an intelligence analyst. I know exactly what they do. Yes, he was. And he went to South Puget Sound Community College. Okay? Now, you can see all his experience. It's all right there. He does data mining, trend analysis, analytical skills. His background, he's got a CSI, open software, product development, Google Earth, drone piloting. This guy is golden. He's even a combat lifesaver. Dissemination, briefs. This guy knows what he's doing, and security management, endorsed by the United States Marine Corps. Okay, he knows what he's doing. Very experienced. I didn't even go in to see how well he's paid. None of my business. But let me show you just a short few hours before you see her run out the door. I'm going to show you a different clip. And this clip just totally sealed the deal for me. They actually drive up in this car that we see, parked right in front of 1112. Now, I'm not saying that these people did anything wrong. I'm not saying that at all. Not one bit. But we see them come in, and then we see the two girls leave. And I always thought, why would they come home, and then why would they again leave? And then why would this girl be running out the door? Like, it's never made sense. Why would you run out the door if your hair was on fire? Like an oh my God moment, or perhaps something happened. Okay. So stay with me on this for 1 second. I'm going to fast forward this clip so we don't have to wait all night. Okay, this is, give me 1 second. This is when they come home to 1112, and watch how they walk up this house. Not a secret. They're all on camera. Someone got dropped off. 3 people go that way. This car obviously dropped them off. But see how this truck is missing? This truck pulls up. Let me go to that clip real quick. Hold on. This truck pulls up. Parks in the driveway. And watch what they do. Some people probably have seen this clip. This is the silent clip. This is what the Moscow Police Department released, and it is silent for a reason. I don't know what it is. Somebody out there possibly knows. Everyone in this house at 1112, the majority of everyone in this house, is from Boise or Meridian. Okay? Most of these people in this house, there's only one person that I found that was from Coeur d'Alene. Most of these people that were in this house at the time of this crime was from Boise. Put some DNA on that button. Now, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to claim to know. I'm no light expert. But at 1:14, these individuals exit the truck. They exit the truck. And hopefully they get up quickly. Here they all come up the stairs. Now, I'm going to slow this down just so that you can see this. Watch how they walk and what they're carrying. Don't know. I have no idea. Looks like she's got something in her jacket. Don't know about this individual. It's a bigger check. Definitely carrying something. Don't know what it is. Have no idea. 1:16. Very interesting. All right. And then later in the evening or in the early morning at about 3 something, 2 girls leave in the middle of the car. I think we've all seen that one. I don't need to play that. So either they have something in their possession. I'm going to say that it looks like maybe concealed. But why would the girl with the blanket run across the street? I don't know. Was that a flash, a joint? I don't know. Maybe a phone? Hiding things? I don't know. I'm just saying it is very suspicious. And we've seen enough suspicion going on in this house, right? Would you all agree? Drop a 1. They were all carrying something. Okay. I don't know what they were carrying, but let me show you something of massive concern. And I have no idea what they were carrying. I don't know. But remember, after you see all this, then you see this guy. This guy is at 1:44. Not more than 30 minutes later. He comes up. That car is over there. Really quiet. Really quiet. Backpack in hand. What was he there for? I would say they're carrying blankets and they took them to the Vandals game. Possibly, but the Vandals game is already over. And returning blankets in the middle of the morning, I don't know. What was this guy there for? Look, third one looked like he was carrying a dog or an animal. I wonder who it could have been. Maybe Murphy? Did somebody have Murphy because you hear the dog bark, but maybe the dog is inside this house? Is that even a possibility that that's Murphy? Looked like carrying a dog or an animal. Was definitely covered. The dog, if that was a dog, that dog was definitely covered up. Was that the blanket she took back across the street? They didn't want that blanket to be found in their house? This is all speculation, folks. Use your own gut instinct in your interpretation and develop a theory on your own. I don't think that guy was from the Banfield because I'm going to tell you why. I've always asked about Murphy, like many of you have asked, like, where was Murphy? How come he didn't get all dirty? Did somebody grab Murphy and they went and exchanged him, or they went out and found him? Maybe they were texting or on Snap, or Murphy got out. Can somebody go find him? Did they find Murphy? And then they gave him the thumbs up? Yeah. They got Murphy. And then the car leaves. Yeah, we got him. All good. Could that have been Murphy? We need to see what I found under this porch in the next morning when What did you find? What did you find under this porch the next morning? I think that's why they were calling Jack. Wow. Wow. And is that why this girl runs over to Jack to take the blanket? XO Ghost, share with us what you found canvassing. I can go find it because the next thing I'm about to tell you is going to make you vomit. It is going to make you vomit, guys. I just have to give you a trigger warning. A red cooler clothing backpack. I think she's just running to tell her friends the cops are here next door. Why would she run over there when they can all see from their window what's going on? Cops everywhere. Or they could just call and text. Why would she go running? She took the blanket with her. She took a blanket, soap suds in a wet spot from the bottom of the stairs, the cat. She was running in his direction. A red cooler and a backpack. Let's go on a little field trip. I'm going over to Connor. We are going to go on a field trip, and then when I show you what I found, you guys, this is wild. I can't even say wild anymore. So you said under who's canvassing? Let's go to Schneider's cam. Let me see what I can get over there. When they were canvassing the neighborhood underneath the deck. If you could give me a video and a timestamp, that would be so helpful. Share what you got. That's what we're here for. We're all here to find the truth. So, Gunderson is... See what I can find. Go like Connor's videos, please. Give him some love. Let me see if I can get to the closest that I can get a picture of underneath this deck.
More people. Yeah.
That's the guy that says they were yelling and screaming.
Appreciate it. Or everybody inside, just your roommates, or?
Yep. Yep.
No.
Just
You an extra?
Underneath this deck, what did they find? Soap, clothing, a backpack. What else? Did they leave all their stuff there and take a mini shower? I don't see anything in this area. Tell us what you found, Ghost. Let's see if Ghost has anything. She took the blanket to be returned with another one. Cops didn't ask why she was running looking mad suspect. Let's just read some chats. I'll keep looking on the body cam. I don't see anything suspicious. I've never seen anything underneath that porch. Unless they have redacted it. Canvassing. I've never seen a red backpack, a cooler. I mean, I'll go through all the body cams. I'll go just to verify. So that's a clip where you can see the cooler on the body cam when the cops walk up the stairs to the deck. Okay, let's see. Let's see. They walk up the stairs to the deck. It's got to be a little bit further back. I wish we can see down that way. I don't see anything down the side. You're saying it's on the deck. See how close we can get. He's doing canvassing. There's Murphy leaving. He's still canvassing, taking pictures. It's when they go up the deck. Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't get too close, but
Why are they blocking under the car? Under the trucks?
no.
What is that on the ground?
Anything? Did one of them say they saw
See
someone?
what they find.
Hi.
I didn't see anything there. We see the red Solo cups in the street. Okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take all the video. You can see it in slow motion between the steps. Okay, let me go back slow motion between the steps. Between the steps, slow motion. Let me get back there. Someone's got to deliver. Tell me where it is. Until he goes up there. I hate that noise, so let's go slow motion. Wonder what that paper was. Slow motion under the steps. That's like a mask. That's a freaking mask on the ground. Slow motion in between the stairs. Open the door. Is that a sock over there in between the cars? I don't think this is going to be a good angle. I'm going to need to get another angle. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a better angle. Let me see if this one is going to give us a better picture. See if this might, when he's walking up. See if you can find anything over there. That's the guy. That's the way the guy walked. He walked up, right, and cut through underneath the camera. Let's see if he shows anything. Come on, turn around. There's a cooler. Is that a backpack? I see the cooler. I see the backpack. I see a screen that's on the floor. Why would a screen be on the floor? I'm going to go back just a little bit. That's sus. There's a screen on the floor, just like over at 1122. Wow. Nothing was taken off of the porch, obviously. Why is there orange juice outside? What the heck? I never noticed that before. Why is there orange juice on the deck? Orange juice on the deck over there. And there is tons of orange juice in the crime scene photos in the kitchen. I mean, there were like 2 or 3 different orange juice containers on the kitchen counters. What? Why was there so much orange juice everywhere? Does orange juice do something? Or they just drink orange juice? I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Phoenix is on fire. Okay, so I don't know where that cooler is now. I don't know what else happens. Obviously, the guy was standing all the way to that side, and he had to have squeezed in between there before he knocks and they let him in. And it sounded like he was quietly creeping up onto the deck. So you see there's not a lot of room to stand there. There's a keypad on. Maybe he didn't know the code to get in. I don't know why he would be going to this house. Don't know, maybe he was visiting a friend. Could have been visiting a friend. But let me show you what blew my mind and made me drop my jaw to the floor. Okay? Because what I'm about to show you lines up with something that I've said before. I'm going to grab the picture so that you see it. Because once I show it to you, I'm going to take it down real quick. Plaid shirt, blonde guy. Plaid shirt, blonde guy. Looks a little... Who's ready for this Phoenix Fireball? Drop it below. And thank you to the person who told me not to give up, that these individuals were brutally murdered and they deserve justice, just like Brian Koberger deserves justice. Thank you, because you love me enough to keep me on track. Okay? All right. Drop a fireball if you're ready for this. I'm going to give you the document. We're going to read it. We're going to visit the footage real quick. Let me load this video file because I don't want to lose it yet. Remember how someone said that they were watching Kaylee and Maddie? I believe someone was. I don't know who it was, but I've always felt that this individual was the individual who parked by 1118 and walked in. They wanted to know where Maddie and Kaylee were. Did something already happen at 1122? Did this person in the truck that is seen parking this truck later on in the front of 1118. Is that the same individual? Could be. Definitely could be. Do we know for sure? Don't know. But this could possibly be the same exact truck. Could be. Could be. This truck passed the house when Xana was out front doing her video for the marketing. This truck passes them perhaps outside on the way to the grub truck. And this truck parks here, and you see this individual walk inside the door. Okay. Now, I know that this is speculation. We're not here to slander. We're not here to defame anyone. This is all public available information, personal interpretation, and speculation. This is not intended to accuse, defame, slander any individual, reputation, or entity or organization. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Even Brian Koberger. Factually innocent. No connection, no DNA, nothing. We are not pro-burgers. If that is David Loach's truck, who borrowed his truck? Because watch the individual as this individual walks in, like I said earlier. Due process except for Brian. Except for you or I. Now, we're going to see this individual walk inside. You know the walk. I showed it earlier, and I'm showing this for a reason. This person may have been awake at the time and heard things happening. And the 2:15 reference, I believe, was 2:15 a.m. Someone has been talking in code, and we just weren't there yet to understand what happened. We just don't know. Watch the light come on. You'll see the individual. Very easy to spot. Bam, right there. I thought he was supposed to be sleeping if that individual is who we think it is. Who borrowed someone's truck? Don't know. Don't care. Now, what I'm about to show you, you got to understand this picture. The guy in plaid. MPD 16. On 11/15/2022, Lawrence writes this narrative. When I arrived at work, I had several voicemail on my phone desk, my desk phone. I began reviewing the voicemail. Most of the voicemail were tips on the current homicide investigation, obviously the Idaho 4. Many of the tips were about a live feed from the grub truck. Okay, we got that. Throughout the day, I fielded several calls from people with possible information they believed may be of importance to the investigation. I received a call from AM. A told me she was at the Corner Club with two of the victims, Madison and Kaylee. The night prior to the murders, she told me there was a college-age male known by Madison. A told me the male was wearing a black and white flannel shirt with a black shirt underneath that had writing in white letters and that said anti-social. A told me the college-aged male, who had been identified as CB, was acting creepy. She said he was not engaging people in conversation, and he was just staring at the girls in the group she was with. A told me CB, we know who that is, A told me B had been grabbing girls by the butt and being handsy. A said she confronted B and told him to stop touching girls inappropriately, or she would have kicked him out, have him kicked out of the bar. At one point, Madison introduced her A to B and told her she knew him. A said she let her guard down a little when it came to Beringberg and was later told by Madison that she only knew B through class in a secret project in which they had worked on together. A said a short time later, B was kicked out of the bar. Then I took a call a short time later from DJ. Jay told me he works at the blank. Jay said he has a regular customer by the name of GP who comes in every day. Jay said P makes everyone feel insecure because of the way he acts and the dark things he says. Jay told me P lives in the area of the homicides. I looked up P's name and number in Spillman, and it shows an address on Castoga. P has had several involvements with MPD over the last few decades, some of which relate to possible mental health issues. I checked out that tip. That checked out, but that didn't check out with any descriptions that I was looking for with a black and white flannel shirt. Black and white flannel shirt. You can see there's a black and white flannel shirt in this picture. Now, when you begin to look at what I thought, man, this is wild. This is freaking wild. Okay? You go and you look him up on LinkedIn. Anybody can do this. This is all public information. If you knew anything of this, drop a 1. Drop a 1 if you're following me and you got it. Okay? He worked as the bar manager. It tells you his history. It tells you what he's doing now. It tells you he was in the Army part-time. He was a culinary specialist. And it tells me he worked at Big 5 Sporting Goods. So, of course, you know me. I'm going to head over to Big 5 Sporting Goods because you know that they went and interviewed him about where he worked part-time. Okay? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Because we're going to go talk about some evidence that was found that just kind of disappeared, never got tested. Perhaps they didn't care. They didn't want anyone to know. They swept it under the rug. Who knows? Who knows? So, of course, I went over to Big 5 Sporting Goods and I went in to see if I could buy a K-bar. And, of course, you can't, right? You can't buy a K-bar. All right? There's no K-bar on the sporting goods store. But what I thought is, I wonder, can you buy a Kershaw knife? Can you buy a Kershaw knife at Big 5 Sporting Goods? Well, let's go look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just did a simple search, and you can buy a Kershaw knife at the sporting goods store where he worked as a part-time manager. As a part-time manager, he worked there. Now, one thing for sure that I do know that I remember seeing when I saw the connection, you can't deny it. I never heard of Cole Beringberger's name before, Beringberg, until the exhibits for the state came out. That's when I first saw his name for the state's exhibit. And a lot of people were like, who? Well, we saw it on the DNA. We saw that on the exhibit. And let me pull it up so you can see it. Oh, I wonder if I pulled my shoulder. There it is. All right. Cole Berenberger's name has come up quite a bit. Lab item 2. Then you got to go over to the forensics. It's like a wild goose chase. Run over to the forensics, cross-reference it, and what do we find on item 2? Now it makes sense. It freaking makes sense. Shh. Took us forever to get here to what they already knew. Oh my God. I'm waiting for it to pull up. Can you believe all this? They tried to bury this so much. They probably figured no one would look at this. Who's got time to double check and make sure we're doing our jobs? Who's going to hold us accountable? We the people. We the people have to ask the questions. Why? Male, unknown male, how many? 3 people? This would only explain one, in my humble opinion. And item number 2, they opened right here. They opened the extract tube for item number 1.1 removed. New packaging, item open 2. That's it. That's all we know. That's all they've shared in regards to item number 2. Lab 3 shows extracts of DNA of Showalter and Cole Berenberg. There you go. There you go. Right there. Now, when I said people with affluent parents can buy them out of anything, didn't you once think, and most of us have this logic. Most of us have this logic. Item 2 was swabs from Cole Berenberg. They knew each other. They knew each other. The creepy guy in the flannel shirt, was he victim number 1 that was taken to the hospital? Was he number 1? Jack S. had the white truck. No, he didn't have a white truck. I believe he had a white luxury car. Was it a BMW, alleged BMW or something like that? Yeah, something of that nature. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong at times, but when I saw this, I about puked in my mouth. I mean, these are seasoned investigators. It's not like they're going to say, oh, we don't know who did it. They waited 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. We got to get somebody in here. We got to get somebody to stand in here. We got to blame this on an innocent guy. And let's just hope that nobody realizes what we've done. Let's just hope we can get away with this. And if everybody lies, if everybody has their own script, then maybe we could just get away with it. Is this okay in the society we live in today to let people just get away with it? Is this acceptable? I'm going to show you something I saw today. And I was freaking floored and baffled. Why is this happening in the world we live in? Why do we continue to allow this? We the people have got to stop this.
Does anyone want to be forthcoming on what's going on? Anyone? Because you got to see it from my perspective. What the did I just walk into?
Police and firefighters responded to the Alpha Delta Phi fraternity house after a fire alarm went off.
Pretty good. How are you? Good. Hey guys, what's going on here? What's going on?
While downstairs checking the fire alarm, officers stumble upon a fraternity hazing situation.
Sam's house. Yeah, I'll definitely need 133 here. This is the alarm here. All right, who's in charge?
Definitely not me.
Looks like we have quite a bit of hazing. So I'm gonna ask again, who's in charge?
We can talk upstairs.
No, we're gonna talk right here. Who's in charge?
A couple of us are. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
I'll tell you.
Okay, well, we need to find someone who's in charge
This is
because this is
illegal.
ridiculous. Hey, this stops here, guys. This is a police department. This
Holy-
stops here. Who's in charge?
We're upstairs.
How about we start cleaning this up? Everyone take their blindfolds off. I've already given multiple commands to clear the room and get out of here, but no one's moving. Apparently they're taking this pretty serious.
Yes.
You in charge?
You said
Still haven't found out who's in charge?
no one asked for house, Dad.
Where's he at?
Summit.
Working at Summit.
Summit. That's cool.
So,
So,
you have
obviously-
someone else coming here?
yeah, lieutenant's coming.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Definitely figure out why you wouldn't let me pass you initially.
Question.
Yeah.
I get it.
I would probably be calling your house dad or whoever to get him here, since ultimately
Wish I could.
he's probably in charge, right? Unless someone else is in charge.
I don't have his numbers.
Yeah.
Which probably should give that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know how the fire alarm got set off? Just from it's manual. Goes off.
So it's this one, the hallway here. How it got set off, I'm not sure.
I don't think it was down here. It's upstairs.
I can tell you it was this one.
It was really.
Yeah.
How long are they supposed to stay? You guys had to do this too, huh? No. I don't know what this is. I mean, it's not like you guys didn't know there was 15, 20 people down in your basement. Come on. It's not that dumb.
I'm getting a little frustrated that no one's telling me who's in charge of what's going on right here.
You out, but I'm not in charge.
That's insane. That's insane. That came from Bodycam 776 on the TikTok. That is insane. Either somebody pulled it for help because it's manual, or somebody wanted to expose what was going on. But nobody talked. Now you understand why Idaho 4, nobody will talk. They will cover up. It is like a RICO. It is like a, in my humble opinion, organized crime. Parents, brothers, sisters, friends, if this is what you are sending first-time college kids in your family to be exposed to, they are not the ones to join. Hear my warning. Hear my warning. You are sending your kids into the wild. If your family has never had anyone go to college and they decide they want to be with the in crowd and they want to join a frat, question the motives. You may send them to the slaughterhouse, not a frat house and not a sorority house. That's my PSA. I'm getting off my podium. I'm getting off the mic. And I just want to say, this makes my stomach ache for people who have no idea what they're getting into. If they know that your family has never been exposed to the college lifestyle, you have a target on your back. You have a target on your back. And that's my PSA of the day. The police knew who the creepy guy from the bar in the black and white flannel was. They had his DNA. They had everything they needed. But yet you don't see any arrest for a Cole Beringberg. Why is that? Why is that you don't see this individual in any type of trouble? Thanks for joining my live tonight. Give my mods a lot of love because they give up their free time to come here and support you to make sure you have a safe space to vent, safe space to speak. And I'm going to keep asking the questions because it took more than one person to do this. It took more than one person. Why? Were there two separate issues going on? Were there two separate atrocities happening at the same time? That is very possible. It was a crossroads. Xana and Ethan were first, and Maddie and Kaylee were next. And I believe someone was making sure where Kaylee and Maddie were at the time because we see the truck. Drop your thoughts. Send some love. You guys are amazing. Patty, thanks for becoming a new member. I know you've been one before. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you that shows up. Be well.
February air, a winter's hush. A different kind of love, a sacred rush. For the roses is all the fleeting glance. Before the scales and a fighting chance. We're the phoenix nesters watching from the wire. Seeing shadows fall, fueling the fire. Every story buried, every silent tear. Here comes a promise whispered, conquering the fear. Oh, Lady Justice, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth reflected in our eyes. We're turning the pages, breaking all the locks. This is our true crime, resetting all the clocks. They sold you a story, a neatly packaged lie, but the threads are unraveling under a watchful sky. From the cold case files to the digital trace, we're finding a heartbeat in this forgotten space. Oh, Lady Taro space, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth reflected in our eyes. Returning the pages, breaking all the locks. This is a true crime, resetting all the clocks. From the ashes of silence, a new day is born. For every lost soul, a promise is sworn. The blindfold is lifted, steady and slow. A garden of justice is starting to grow. A shift to arise, pure justice. A lady justice.
Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.